Welcome to this guided journey into you, into the most important thing, you. The most important thing that we do in this lifetime is to become who we are, who we truly are, the self, the ground self, the signature, the energetic signature that is you. It is not just for you, it is for everyone, the whole. We need you to be you because you are one part of this entire whole. Without you, we are not whole. So, my love, come into a lying position. So you can really get ready for this transmission. You can make yourself comfortable, but you want the spine semi-straight. So you want to lie on something that keeps the spine semi-straight. You can place a little bit of elevation underneath your head, but just a tiny bit if you need some support. And you can place some elevation like 2 pillows underneath each thigh so that you get more comfortable for the lower back. And then you can just wiggle a little bit, observe and explore where you want your legs and arms, the alignment of the spine, wiggle the shoulders and neck to find the line. And then the moment is here. Exhale. And allow yourself to sink into being you. It is the opposite of doing. It's where the energy can kind of settle in the system and sink. So there's this settling. As you exhale, you can sink down into the upper body, sink into the hips, sink into the legs and feel the heaviness. Feel the heaviness of you being in a body here in the now. In this moment, then, you can feel the heaviness kind of give its total body weight. You can allow gravity to help just guide very gently each and every body part to just sink a little closer to the ground and actually lean on the foundation, whatever you are lying on. So right now in this moment, the shift from doing to being, there is nothing you need to do, not even holding yourself up. So in this moment, there's this deep relaxation and actually allowing each body part to give into gravity, to lean all its weight on the foundation you're lying on. So with the exhale, allow the legs to be all that they are, to take their full place in space and just give itself to gravity, heavy with gravity, sinking closer to the earth. You can feel the sinking. You can feel it all the way out into the feet. There's this heaviness. A very heavy feeling. See if you can just allow yourself to sink deeper into this heaviness, almost like it is this hypnotic kind of wave of energy taking you deeper. Just feel the heaviness in the legs. And then from there you can allow this heaviness to spread up to the hips. You can notice the floor or whatever surface you're lying on underneath each butt cheek. So as you exhale, you can just give the weight of the hips to this support. Allow the hips to feel held, heavy. As you exhale, just almost like you, with your breath, your essence sinks into the hip and kind of settle here for a little bit. The awareness of you can move around. It's free, it's completely fluid. It goes where you direct your focus. If your focus is in the feet, your essence, your awareness is floating down to the feet. The energy is present there. If you're in the hips, your awareness is focusing all the energy there. You are there. You are centered in the hips. If your energy is up in the mind and the thoughts, all the energy is there, making it almost hard to stop the thinking process because there's all this energy there just kind of driving the thinking mind to keep going. But if your awareness kind of floats out of the mind and spreads into the body, into each body part, and kind of harmonizes as a whole, all this energy is spread out into all of you. So as you exhale, you can allow your chest, your whole upper body to sink down, heavy towards the ground. And you can feel the heaviness here as well. And as you exhale, you can allow your head to sink down. There's a special feeling to sinking here in this body part. It's the feeling of the actual mind surrendering, being in charge. So really notice as you exhale the feeling of sinking there, sinking in the head, giving the whole body weight here to whatever is underneath the head. You can feel the pressure in the back of your head. You can feel your whole head lean completely on whatever you're lying on. Exhale and go deeper. Allow yourself to be heavy in each and every single body part. Allow the heaviness to be felt in the skull. It's almost like the heaviness is an energy that can float into the skull, and you can feel it there taking you deeper. Surrender, my love. And then as you exhale, you can allow the arms to soften and surrender too. Surrendering is this amazing feeling, something that we love, but it's just sometimes hard for the mind to dare to let go. But once we do, we remember, it's the most exquisite feeling. Feel it in your arms as you exhale and let go. Feel it in your arms as the arms sink and surrender. It's so wonderful to let go of control. So as you exhale, let the legs once again just surrender. Surrender to gravity, to the now, to being here. Surrender. And as you exhale, surrender in the whole upper body, down into the hips. Just let go. Letting go is the softening deep within, softening the borders of where you still try to maintain some control, and just shift into flow, to fluidity, to just being fluid awareness, and with the ability to go wherever. There is no limits, no borders, because you are softening the edges of your control. So now as you exhale, just soften completely and surrender as a whole, almost like the borders of you, your skin with the surroundings can soften too, almost like the physicality can kind of drift away and you are awareness, fluidity. And then let's flow. Let's notice there is some kind of flow in the body. There's some flow here as awareness. There is some movement. It's breath. So see if you can notice where this flow in your fluidity is moving with the breath. Maybe you can feel it there. You're still a body, although you're fluid, although you're liquid, although you have the ability to go and flow wherever. As you're a part of this whole, you can still observe where the breath is in this fluid body, free body. Is the breath more in the chest? Is the breath more in the middle part of your torso? Is the breath more in the sides of your upper body? Is the breath more down in your belly? Observe where this flow can go. The breath is just as fluid as your awareness, so wherever this focus goes, the awareness with the breath can follow. And with the breath, we can use this fluidity to open even more. We want the breath to kind of integrate throughout our spine. The breath actually begins in the bottom of our spine, in the tail. As we breathe here in the fluidity of being, the spine, the tip of your tail rocks very gently, very subtle, back and forth. And that's the bottom of your spine, this gentle rocking that becomes a tiny movement up along the entire spine so that every single vertebrae flows and moves with the breath. Every single breath, every single movement of life through your being, as you inhale and exhale, is a massage, a movement of energy along the spine. But then it happens, we become less fluid in some parts of ourselves, in some parts of our being. And you will always find that represented in the physical as less fluidity, less movement around the spine in the belonging body part. So then we can really float straight into the core of it all and open our being to being this whole being where this fluid essence of you, floats through the entire body along the spine. Some places we hold back our expression of this life force, of this essence, and then we tighten and contract in the belonging body parts. So you will always find this as less fluidity, less movement of breath around that area in the spine. So then let's open to being this fluidity. Let's open along the spine with the breath. So as you're still this fluid, wave-like motion of awareness, float down to the tip of your tailbone. See if you can notice if the breath can float along with your focus. Observe if you can feel the movement, the wave-like movement of the tail, this tiny rocking back and forth, almost like a sea anemone in the currents of the ocean, moving back and forth, in this wave-like kind of movement. Maybe you can use your exhale to just soften around the tail, to just soften and allow this area to become even more fluid, to float and just be fluid awareness in an animate body vessel. So as you exhale, soften. As you inhale, open for the flow of life here. As you exhale, soften, and as you inhale, feel the movements in your tail. You can also feel the breath kind of open and expand as you become more fluid, more open and soft around the tail, making room, making space for the essence, for the flow of life here. To further deepen this opening in the bottom of our spine, we can shift our focus to what's called the perineum, or the root, the base chakra, the root center. It is where we, in one area of the body, connect to the energetics of the ground, of the earth. There's this recycling of energy, this kind of channel of recycling energy down from us into earth and up from earth into us. There's a lot of density being down, further down into physicality, and the deeper you go into earth, the denser it is, the more in the physical, in one way, you are. So there's a lot of intensity for being this spirit in a physical form. And the deeper you come into the body, the closer you are to this density, the closer you are to the actual third dimension density. The deeper you go into the earth, you go even deeper. You go into the second dimension, first dimension. But in the root, we have a tension, a tendency to tense to the real intensity of physicality of matter. It's where the spirit kind of anchors more into the earth. And for some reason, we hold some kind of resistance, a little bit of resistance to this pressure. It's just because the density, the earth, the presence of this being, this power underneath us as a planet is quite intense, but it's only intense if we are not fully embodied with our own power. Then this energy seems to be more powerful, over-empowering than us. So it's just because we are separated, slightly separated to the true self, through the real power, who we truly are. When we come into this alignment again, we can actually meet the energy of the ground, the energy presenting itself in the root, and we can meet it as equals. We can look it eye to eye and be equals. Because we are this exact same power that planet Gaia is. We are the exact same power. We are what stars are made of. We are the creator that is in it all. So, in the root, let's use the breath to just be fluid here, so we can float in density, in physicality. Then it becomes so much easier to be here in this density. So as you exhale, allow the breath, allow the choice, allow the vibration of this fluid essence to just flow here. So as you inhale, there is a movement in the perineum. And as you exhale, there's some softening in the perineum. It might be you will need some time to actually feel the perineum. It's the area if you were standing on the floor and you had a flashlight shone straight up into your crotch or in between your legs. It's the area where the flashlight would light straight up towards. So it's behind your genitals and in front of the anus. Right there. This tiny little, very often tight area. And sometimes, most often in the beginning, it's hard to feel because we're disconnected here. It's so tight we don't really feel the area, or it's kind of numb because we're not here. We're escaping slightly the physical density of matter, of actually being here in the now, at home, safe and supported by the ground. So let's just feel for the perineum. Sometimes if we're numb or not feel the area, that's where it begins, by just feeling that we don't feel. That's when we start to create new signals. But in this fluid mindset, just float into the perineum. Trust your intuition, because you know where the area is. It's just the mind that doubts. And then as you exhale, start to soften here. Maybe you start to feel more as you soften, because you're opening here. Allow the inhale to be just as fluid, opening, flowing around, spiraling, expanding. And as you exhale, softening through relaxation, just surrendering to the pressure of Gaia. Maybe you can even feel some pulse here. It's the presence of Mother Earth, of her energy wanting to penetrate you, wanting to come up into you, be a part of you, hold you, support you, activate you, ignite you. So start to notice the pulse in the perineum. The pulse is the energy of the earth. And when you soften in this pulse, you actually start to open for this energy to flow up into you, up into the next energetic center, the sacral, the life center, the womb area, this power place. And you soften and allow this pulse from the root, the energy of the earth, to make its way, emerge up into the second center, the sacral, and actually turn your power on. Maybe you can feel the pulse coming up into the sacral as well. Just notice and allow your awareness to still be by choice, this fluidity. So you can breathe into the second center, the sacral. It's the lower part of your belly. You want freedom around this area of the spine to start open for the energetics to flow through all the channels here. So as you exhale, allow the breath to kind of float in all around the spine in the lower belly. Feel for the spine itself. And as you exhale, continue to soften in towards the actual spine. And as you inhale, open outwards in all the directions from the spine. It's like you're opening to life, breathing in life, breathing up the energy from the root, from the earth. Look for the pulse and the pressure. That's always where you find the energy pressing, knocking on the door to open further the channels, to let this life force move through you where it needs to move. Where you find the pressure is where the energy is knocking on the door, wanting to open further. Different energetic channels open and flow more freely through the being, through the essence of you and the body. So as you exhale, continue to soften around the spine here, and with the inhale, open to the power. So if you felt the pulse, if you felt the energetics of the earth coming into the root, pulsating there, and you soften to it, you are equal to it. There is nothing too much, too powerful here, because you are this power. So let this power remind you of your power in the second center, remind you of the fire here, the life force, of the ability to create, the creativity. So in this dimension, in physicality, this center is where we start to find the foundation for creating here. So then you need the energy of the earth, you need the energy of the root to support this creation to take place here. And then breathe into your power, breathe into the power, breathe into the power of the creative life force present all around us here, present in the earth, present in the nature, present in the expression of creativity. Breathe with this center. Inhale, just soften and flow open in the fluidity. And as you exhale, soften even deeper, melt in towards the center of your being here, and open. Open deeper inwards here. Open and sink into the essence of you here. Allow yourself to remember your power. Allow your power to ignite here. And so the pulse continued to pulsate its way upwards as the central part of your being, the central channel, starts to open. So we're opening from the energies of the below. So we're opening and allowing this energy of the earth to move into us, to penetrate us, to realign us to our nature. So the energy starts to pulsate up towards the solar plexus. You can maybe feel some pressure there, some pulsation there. You You can feel the solar plexus up along the spine in the area of the upper abdomen. It's the typical place where you feel the knot in your belly, where you tighten to confrontation, to certain emotions, to certain events. This place where we hold our breath, our in-breath, and we forget to exhale and surrender in this ever-flowing experience of being human here. So as you're up here in the upper parts of your abdomen, just watch, notice if there's any pressure, any pulsation here. Naturally, the energy we're opening from below will start to flow up along the spine and start to knock on the door to open also here. So if there's any restrictions, you will feel the pressure. You will feel it pressing somewhere. It's just energy knocking on the door to open you further. So breathe into the pressure, breathe into the upper abdomen. You want this fluid breath to just flow here around the spine. So inhale and just float outwards around the spine here. As you exhale, just melt inwards around the spine, almost like you can sink deeper into your own essence here. You can start to become aware of the actual spine in the area. And as you exhale, it's like you soften around the actual vertebrae of the spine here. Continue to inhale, massaging gently, opening, and as you exhale, softening, go deeper inwards here. It's like you're sinking deeper into the essence of you. Naturally, this softening, the movement of breath will start to move energy here. And as you exhale, maybe you start to feel some kind of pressure, some kind of sensation of energy moving upwards along the spine. Maybe you already feel your heart, your magnetic monopole in the center of your chest start to ignite, because the energy is naturally flowing up here, knocking on the door, asking for this heart to also open to the energy of the earth. The energy of the earth is just an extension of you. It's just what's you beneath the root center, beneath the physical form. The energy of the earth is just what's you extending all the way down into the core of the earth. It's where you have your batteries, your energy for the support of this physical structure. So now allow this energy, this realigning to you, to all of you, to the depths of you, to the nature of you. Allow it to flow into the heart, and just as fluid as this flow of life, allow the breath to start to flow here. Allow the feeling of fluidity here. If you can let go, just let go. It's a choice, and you gotta remember, there is no one making this choice for you. You are fully empowered. You make this choice. There is nothing that is holding you. You are the only one holding. You are the one that can choose in a split of a second to just let go. So why don't we choose to let go of the restrictions of what's holding our heart back? If you exhale, allow the exhale to sink inwards around the spine into the tissues of your body here. Allow the exhale to soften around the sternum and into the sternum, where you have this magnetic spark heart that's you. All of the other parts of your awareness in the body, in the being, this is the motherboard. This is where you can access all the other parts of you. This is where you instantly realign to the vibration of you. So use your breath now. Flow, flow, my love. Just flow, float around the spine here. It's like you can feel this kind of awareness flowing around in the chest cavity. And as you inhale, this awareness just expands in its fluidity, and as you exhale, it floats and melts inwards, almost like it's imploding on itself. It's imploding into the spark in the heart. That's you. It's where you are connected to this entire universe, to all of this eternal love present here. It's the depth, it's the endlessness of you. It's a portal to all that is. So as you exhale, if you dare sink into it, just surrender and let go, melt ever endlessly inwards into all outwards, become it all. Like the borders continue to melt and you're flowing out, being it all, remembering the immense power of creation that lies inside the spark, ready to explode. Allow the spark to ignite. Breathe into the spark, the heart, the being, the vibration of you. Inhale into the spark and let it ignite. Exhale and soften and let it open through the softening. Inhale and let it ignite, spread, expand. It's like you can feel the energetic channels in your chest activating. You can feel the energetic channels, the energy spread out the arms, turning the hands on, ready to act in the power of your heart. You can feel the energy of the spark expanding downwards into the abdomen, igniting the power, igniting all the organs, igniting the digestive system, igniting all the way down into the sacral center, the power. There is so much power here now. There's the power of the spark, the heart, the true vibration of you, now igniting with the power in the sacral that comes from the earth, the root. Allow the heart to even expand, ignite, spark into the root, so you can allow the energy of this heart to flow down into the earth, all the way down into the core of the earth, the center of this planet. You feel it when you're there. It might take a moment, it might take some time, but you allow your fluid awareness to float in the power of your heart spark all the way down the center of the earth. Now it's more the energetic earth, the heart of earth, the being that's the earth. And you can kind of just float and melt there. It's easier to connect when you connect to the energetic part of earth. It's not the same density as the physical matter, first dimension of earth. So in the energetic of earth, you can kind of float and bathe in her light, in her delight, in her abundant, nurturing, ever-flowing, endless love. Allow yourself to bathe in the feeling of her presence. Allow your whole entire body to just feel the energy of the earth. You know, the feeling you have when you've been walking barefoot all day, bathing in the sun, being near, naked, bare with her. You feel this very special energetic feeling. It's the feeling of her, of being merged, of being bathed in her. And this energy, vibration is always there. It's just a matter of where your focus goes, what your awareness opens to. Whatever you focus on, whatever your awareness opens to, you become one with this vibration. You merge into it, you bathe in it. So tune to the feeling of the earth, the feeling you get when you've just been out in nature all day, the feeling you get when you've been barefoot on a beach all day, this warmth, this grounded, landed, supported, so relaxed self. Feel this energy of the earth underneath you, like this endless ocean. Feel this energy and open, allow your entire being to open to it. Bathe in it. Feel this warm, delicious energy float up your legs, up along the spine, into the hips and the torso. Bathe in it. Allow it to flow out the arms. Allow it to float up into your whole skull, into the mind, even into all the thought patterns and processes and the mental activity. Allow it to float up through the crown. Notice the feeling. Feel it. And as we're here up in the crown, soften the crown. It's very easy in the physical. You just allow your breath to flow up here. And notice if you can feel the top of your skull. Inhale, and it's kind of opening. You can even intend it to open, so you direct your energy. And as you exhale, soften. It's almost like you can feel this very gentle wind here. There's some sensation of opening the crown. And in the opening of the crown, as your body is filled with the energy of the earth, bathing in it, you're ready to open to what's above as well. You have the anchor. You are in harmonic resonance with the ground, with the earth, which is the anchor of your being. That means you in the physical can also connect to the higher vibrations of the cosmos. Not just energetical, but physically. So you're opening up in the crown, you're opening to all that is. You're opening. You can first direct your focus, your energy towards our sun, the sun in our solar system. It's the central thing in our solar system. You can intend your energy there. You can know kind of where the sun is right now, which direction you're intending your energy towards. But you can also just intend yourself to beam towards the sun without even having to know where it is in direction, in terms of direction. So start to feel the sun. Feeling the sun, seeing the sun will start to direct your awareness in that direction. So you can kind of float there, still fluid, still in the essence of fluidity. Float towards the sun. The sun, you know that feeling you get when the sun touches your skin. It's warmth, but it's more. There's this energy of the sun. It's love. Just like the earth is love, the sun is love. It's just a tiny different resonance in the vibration of love. The sun has a very alive, loving, almost igniting love. And you can feel it if you've been in the sun all day. You feel it. You feel the concoction of when you've been on the earth bare with the sun all day. Those two energies goes hand in hand and ignites your nature. It aligns you to your nature. Those two are the energetic support, the energetic support for the physical form here in this reality. So see if you can beam yourself into the sun and just feel the sun. You can see it as well, but the essence, when we do this with the body, is to also feel it. That's when you tune to the vibration. That's when you start to merge with the essence of the sun. That's when you start to bathe and become one with the sun. So you can beam yourself into the center of the sun, into the middle of the center. Oh, extreme power here. So much intensity, so much love, so much light, so much sun. You find Ra here. And as you're in the middle of the sun, you become one with the sun. So you can allow your body also from the top of your head to open to the sun, to open to the light, the warmth, just the feeling of the sun. The feeling of the sun is kind of pouring down into the physical form. Your awareness still fluid so that you can go wherever. So the sun, the feeling of the sun is just flowing down into the physical body, all the way out the arms. Maybe you feel them turn on in the energy of the sun, the warmth, the love. And you can feel the energy of the sun down into the torso, filling you, igniting all the cells into the hips and out the legs, in through the knees, through the feet. And remember, you were just bathing in the feeling of the earth. It's still there. This is more grounded love, this more grounded, nurturing, wonderful, warm feeling of the earth. And now you're also bathing in the feeling of the sun coming from above. So these two feelings can now merge into one, just become this beautiful vibration inside of you. This vibration is the same as you. It's the same thing that when we are in alignment of our vibration, of our truth. So just allow this energy to merge and bathe you along the spine. And these energies are continuing to work up along the spine. So we move from the heart that it ignited this all, that opened us to a deeper connection to it all. And we move a little bit upwards in the upper part of the chest, the throat. See if you can notice any kind of energy moving from the chest, the ignited spark there. And just breathe the energy upwards, breathe it up towards the throat, and notice maybe some area is becoming more visible. It's like you can feel more pressure there. That's the energetic center of the throat. The energy starts to move up here, wanting this area to become fluid and open to the expression of life force here. So as you inhale, you can open, and as you exhale, you can soften. As you inhale, you just allow this wind, this flowing wind of life force, of love, to flow with the breath. And as you exhale, you soften deeper, almost like you're melting into the energetic center itself, imploding from the outside within. And you can go deeper, you can surrender fully and just melt around the spine here. Sink into the essence, the expression of life here. Still fluid, flowing along the spine. Allow the vertebrae up along the neck to soften in this beautiful fluidity. Allowing the spine to soften all the way up into where the neck becomes the brain stem. So a little bit up into the skull. And the breath still fluid, flowing with our awareness here. So you can feel the breath just flow up along the spine, fluid, opening the bottom of the brain stem, opening for the energy to move up here, up into the brain, up, and you will start to feel some pressure. Where you feel the pressure, the energy is moving, knocking on the door to open the area, to open and flow further, activating more, opening to more of you. So maybe you feel the pressure up in a little bit behind the eyes, and the breath just flows with the pressure, and you just soften and melt here. And then the breath can float up towards your third eye, and you can soften and melt here. Maybe you feel some more visible, louder pressure in the third eye, the ajna. It's a little bit behind your forehead, deeper inside the skull there. It's where you feel some pressure. That's the energetic center of the ajna. And as you exhale, just still fluid. Flowing here, flowing with the breath, flowing, just being fluid awareness. And inhale, Open the ability to see 360 degrees, understanding this whole creation. The ability to see 360 degrees means also seeing from all angles. It means understanding it all. It means watching with the eyes of love. Inhale and opening, exhale, softening deeper into the Ajna itself. Just becoming the center here, becoming the awareness here with the ability to see. And continue to breathe and flow into the deeper parts of the Ajna, allowing the energy to ignite here. It's like you have an access here. There's many things you can see beyond the physical, beyond matter. There is many things you know. There is a power to direct your energy to the focus here. Then you can continue to breathe up towards the crown, this open place that's open to the all, the cosmic all. And you can feel how being there, opening the crown, also gives this tiny little feeling of connectedness. Not being the separateness, but remembering the connectedness. It's almost like you can feel a tiny little hint of the divine. And then you can exhale and allow this fluid awareness to just melt all the way down along the spine, almost like you can feel it all the way down to the tail, from the crown to the tail, the center part of your being. In the physical, it's called the spine. In the energetic, it's more like an energetic channel in the center of your being that becomes the animate, the physical, around this channel. But you can just feel the feeling of being centered in the center of your being, in the center of your body. And with this fluidity, with the fluidity of the awareness flowing through here, through all the centers, being you, the freedom to be you, the free expression of you to float wherever this expression wants to go, the freedom around the spine in the center of your body, the freedom of energetic flow, the freedom of breath here becomes then the ignited life force that turns into action from the center, from whatever area of the spine is ignited to express the creative expression, the unique expression that is you. So allow this fluidity to be felt all up along the spine. The breath just flows in the deepest part, in the core of you. And know that whatever inspiration, whatever energy is ignited is free to move from here, free to be, free to express, to do, to create, to act from here. The freedom to be you, my love. The freedom to be you. And with that, you are invited to continue staying in your position, just staying with it all, staying with the energetics, the little subtle energetic sensations in your body from the activation. You can sit, you can lie, you can roll over on your side, whatever you need to do to just have a moment, some moments to just land the whole experience, take it in, digest it. The physical form and the energetic field digest through just some time in stillness, just taking in what's in the field, what's been taken in, what imprints, what vibration is there. And you will know what you need to kind of fully land and come back from here. Maybe you want to ride, sit, take a walk, drink some water, whatever it is, you will know. You will know from the depths of you, from the centered feeling of you. That is all for this journey. As always, so much love.